With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. Taken in at the 3. Quickly to the air is Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big pickup of 38. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. Does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 29-yard line. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
Now they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
5 yards remain on second down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
It always helps when you get great run support from your safeties, and when you get one who can actually read the play and get upfield and shut it down before it gets going, that's exactly what you're looking for.
On third down, Wilson. And Ingram holds it in. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Hines is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped, but what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, and ends up spilling it for a loss.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. A great play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Jets are on the board here first in the season opener. Point after. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. And he's going to be hemmed in and blocked down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
One advantage having a lead guy in the middle of the defensive line because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, they can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup. And he'll send the tight end in motion left. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Making the play defensively, Carl Lawson. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance, they're just heading straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him in the game. No surprise if they're looking for the big man in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Here's Burrow. Pierce has it knocked loose. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Now we'll throw here to his running back. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which will spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
Waste of time.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Burrow will throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Jets are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Well, why do you go out and spend a first-round pick on a defensive back? Plays like that. The rookie gets his first interception.
Exactly right, and you're trying to limit the number of plays and offense runs. You're trying to limit the number of possessions they have. And he was a guy that I targeted coming out of college and rated very highly for his playmaking skills on defense.
And now he has his first career interception. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Shut him on this drive, boys! Take it on the line! Coach! Slow it! Doesn't matter against the compass. Get out of here with a W.
They go play action now. Wilson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Hey, they made no bones about it. They wanted to throw this rookie right into the fire, see what he could do. He shows what he can do there.
And you have to really put the time and effort in because playing receiver in the NFL is a difficult task. And for a rookie, all that you have to learn to get on the same page with your quarterback, that's excellent coaching. And how about how he's picked things up?
Picking things up in a big way with a big play in his NFL debut.
Seriously, just disgraceful.
2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now. That's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And his kick is indeed good. It's another
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy by the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned teams down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
On 2nd and 12, Burrow. He tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a jet touchdown. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. He's got it, and it's 17. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick 6 just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
Throwing now. Burrow on 1st down. That's to Mitchell in the backfield. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. There it is, the defense waking up after 3 plays that hurt them. Finally, they stand up.
They have a little pride, too, you know. 3 straight first-down type plays. Yeah, they wanted to make one stick on their side, didn't they?
throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They were so close, very close to the first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
On third down, Burrow. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up fourth. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 30.
Not one that I've ever met.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Over 100 yards receiving for him now in the opener. And it's a first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Wide open receiver complete. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Throwing again here, Wilson. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Build that momentum offense. Shut him on this drive, boys.
Throwing again on second down. Wilson is going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Evan Ingram, 40 yards. And the Jets are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend the lead. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. He finds Pierce, it's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing again, it's Burrow. Here's Mitchell with a catch out of the backfield. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about
And
that ball going to be intercepted yet again. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now. Light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. This offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
To throw again is Wilson. And this is caught by Watkins. He's got a Jets touchdown. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Jets are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Out is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Ashton Davis. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do get it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Don't let him run! Here we go! Here we go! Keep it going!
Get it, dude. We got this.
On the table, fellas! I said let's go! Beat him up! Come on!
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Javon Holland. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on third down is Burrow. Over the middle, hauled in by Pierce. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Well, a lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the third quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a jet touchdown. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage. Turn it into big six.
That defense is in the spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's knocked down officially at the 21. The Dolphins at the line ready for the next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier.
And now here's another interception. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football and give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. If you go all the way back to 19...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Give the sack to Jerome Baker. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson is going to float this one deep right side. That's caught at the 20. Now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Dolphins have got it. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal.
And this is just a little touch pass. They sent the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to it. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. A nice, consistent gain.
Second down and 3 with right around 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Threes all around. They'll try to run with Hines. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Nyheim Hines, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Jets have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Extra point right down. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll just take a seat in the driver to get at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball. And it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
First down, here's Mitchell. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the third quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what the...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. And yes, folks, that is his 5th interception, a new NFL record.
And that's absolutely phenomenal. I just have to flat out applaud him. What a great effort in this game. But let's face it, when you look back at the numbers of guys who had 4 in the past, you'll find the names of some of the greats and some guys who just had a fantastic game.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still had the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he is going to lose yardage here. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
They go play action with Wilson. There's that man again. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
And this was a massive was scheming his guy open, just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. They stay on the ground again. It's Hines. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 7 yards there on the first down.
Nice job there for him to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look,
They had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. Forced out to his left. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Man, this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
And this one is right through.
Ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3, and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go and win a season opener. Now Burrow loses the football, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And I don't know that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And they'll get him down right around the 16.
So that was a very nice play, Charles, from a very speedy cornerback.
And one thing about a play like this, if it's slow to develop, it can turn out poorly. And this play was definitely slow in developing. And that was one heck of an effort to sprint over there and get the man down before he could make anything happen.
And the next-gen stats show us the top speed there, better than 18 miles an hour.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
It's about time, fellas. Let's go.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up.
That he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
Come and see this.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Now the Jets will call on a field goal unit here. From the right hash, this a 31-yard attempt. And his kick is good.
So they got the turnover, started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. The goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw caught by Pierce.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards. They will throw on first down with Burrow. And now here's another interception. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense will very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
That's something to smile about, isn't it? Playing on defense, because your goal of the game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
Right back to him on first down. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Wilson. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And Ingram hauls it in. And he's got another first down as he's back to the Dolphins 21. A good gain of 14 there that moves the chains. Wilson wants to throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hines. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it with an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Here's the sneak with Wilson. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 1. Wilson on the keeper. And he stopped immediately there. 3rd and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt. Here's the sneak with Wilson. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, CD, simply put, if anyone around the league wasn't paying attention to them to start this season, they will be heading into week 2. This has been an impressive week.
They're ready to go, haven't they? They wanted to send a message out to the rest of the league. You better put your eyes on us. We may be someone you have to reckon with.
From the 6. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You'd have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
He's got a man complete. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point by Gay is up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And the Jets have got it. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And the kick is good. So the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand-new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Jets, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Miami, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home